Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and for this video I'm doing something a little different. Back when I first started this channel many moons ago, I used to do more comic-based videos. I used to go do comic hauls, and doing that I would talk about what I was reading, talk about comic events, one of which for one of my earlier videos was actually for the death of Donnie in the IDW Turtle comics. Now, I don't make it out to the comic book store as often anymore. I don't go every week. In fact, I mostly read trades, collected hardcovers, or just digital comics in some cases. It's easier to follow, and it's nice to be able to binge it and not forget what happens in books month to month. But one of the books that I knew I wanted to read as soon as it came out and follow it issue to issue was The Last Ronin. I was very excited, and quite frankly, I was worried that if I waited for the trade or the collected edition months on out, that it would get spoiled for me. So for those of you who don't know what The Last Ronin is, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, and here's the synopsis freshly copied and pasted from the Amazon listing. It's the Tmnt event of 2020, springing from the minds of Tmnt co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, comes an epic like you've never seen before. In a future NYC far different from the one we know today, a lone surviving turtle goes on a seemingly hopeless mission to obtain justice for his fallen family and friends. Kinetic layouts from Eastman, moody inks from Andy Kuhn, and a thrilling script full of surprises from longtime TMNT scribe Tom Waltz, all combined to make this one of the most memorable TMNT stories you will ever read. This is a perennial TMNT tale that can't be missed. When this book was first announced, a lot of people saw this as the Dark Knight Returns for the Turtles. Here's a story that takes place in the future with an older, more beat-up hero who is looking to finish one last mission, seeking a good death. Visually and stylistically, this book compares favorably well to The Dark Knight. The art is dark with heavy ink. The city and our heroes look beat up to shit, but the similarities aren't just what's on the page. Both Batman and the Turtles are at a very similar point when it comes to their pop culture standing when Last Ronin and The Dark Knight came out. When Dark Knight came out, Batman was seen as a lighthearted, even campy character. It took The Dark Knight Returns to remind people that Batman came from a much darker place and can be used for darker, more grounded stories. The Turtles before Ronin have generally been seen as the high-fiving, pizza-eating, cowabunga-yelling turtles that we know and love today. But we sometimes forget that the Turtles also came from a comic book with a much darker tone that was fueled by vengeance. With the original Ninja Turtles creators back together to tell this story, this is their chance to remind everyone that the Turtles can be the fun-loving turtles that we know, but that they can also be this vengeance-fueled ninja assassin that they were back in the Mirage Comics days. The main draw to this issue is who is Ronin and what happened to the other turtles, and this issue builds that mystery so well. Throughout the issue we have Ronin making his way into New York, and throughout his journey we have his internal monologue, but also dialogue that he's saying to someone off-panel. And over the course of the issue it's revealed to us that he's hearing and responding to the voices of his fallen brothers, which for me added to the loneliness of this last turtle. I always imagined the Ninja Turtles as a team, 4 turtles, 4 brothers, and no matter what happens, they may have fights, they may have to go off to do their own thing and have their own adventures for a while, but eventually they get back together because they need each other. So seeing this last turtle carry on and him having to need and want to talk to his brothers but can't, so he hears and talks to them in his head, is heartbreaking. And it builds this mystery too, because every single line that each turtle voice says makes you go, I think that's so-and-so. Or, I think so-and-so would say that. That sounds like a so-and-so line. The choice to do this is not only a great character choice, but narratively it also builds so much intrigue and lays so many clues for who Ronin may be before they reveal who Ronin actually is at the end of the issue. The issue ends with a big reveal of who Ronin is, the way they ended the book, and the way they carried all that momentum that they built not only throughout the issue, but the mystery and intrigue before the release of the issue was masterfully done. Because even with the big mystery being revealed to us, we still have so many questions. How did this happen? What happened to the other characters we know and love outside of the Turtles? What has Ronin been doing for all these years since his brothers died? In one single issue, they did such a good job of world building and rebuilding as we adjust to the current state of this world we've known for so long. I came into this book with so much excitement that I was worried that it wouldn't live up to the expectations that I was putting on it, but it definitely delivers. As soon as I finished, I flipped back to the front and immediately started rereading the book to take it all in. The art fits perfectly to the world that they're building. The pace, much like Ronin, is very methodical and focused. So there you go, guys. That was Ronin issue 1. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you go pick up issue 1 in print format or digital, because it is an awesome read. But until the next video, guys, I'll see you later.